All right, so this is episode 5. For the longest time, last episode was episode 5. We just spent the last solid 3 minutes trying to get a fly out of here. This is the second take of this podcast. We did a good job, though.
Yeah, you killed it with the swatter.
And then you stepped on it for no reason.
I ended it.
All right, before we talk about Hayden Wild's shoes.
We're not going to talk about it.
We are not talking about Hayden Wild's shoes. So give us an injury update. You're on the run walk, the Jim Vance protocol last week.
Jim Vance, what's the story behind that?
I don't know. I just remember like he had Ben Canute doing the run walk for.
Oh, that's a Bobby McGee thing. Do you know who that is?
Oh, okay. So he adopted it from Bobby McGee. No,
Yeah.
The funny thing is, and I'm proud to say this, I don't know who Bobby McGee is, but I know he's like
He's
a
a run
coach,
guru.
right? Okay.
He's a run guru guy for USA Triathlon.
He's like David Goggins adjacent. No, I'm kidding.
Not even close.
Wait, so compare him to the Mag Genius.
I can't.
Really? He's on a different.
He's in that realm of like Lawrence. You know that guy Lawrence who does the running for him? There's like a
I think
he's like a Boulder guy.
Yep.
Kind of these run guru guys who work on technique and form. They give you drills. You run with a tire. You swing a rope. Some of the stuff I will say it's good, but it's got to be implemented properly. And I just don't think it's like if you're gonna give someone like rope technique, it shouldn't be like $100.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Rope technique, like ladder? Or?
No, like throwing a rope to work on your thoracic mobility.
Oh.
And it helps you with like how you connect your shoulders to your hips when you're running, right? Because you should have you shouldn't run like stiff. You should have a little bit of movement. If you get a chance, Nico Young is the best 10,000 runner in the US right now. I think he has the American record. Look at his form at the US trials in the 10K. And he outkicks Grant Fisher. Closes it in 4 flat for 1600 in the 10K.
This is why we need Blake, so we could pull up these videos on the fly.
Lawrence, I guess you can go on YouTube and look up like flow rope.
Okay.
And it's kind of a drill. Anyways, there's this niche, right? Like these Bobby McGee, Lawrence. There's a couple of these guys.
It reminds me of like, you ever see those Eastern Bloc or Eastern Russian block or German block training with like strength and plyometrics and explosions? Have you ever seen any of that stuff?
I haven't seen it, but I know about it. I've read about it. Yeah.
And like how it just teaches like reaction time, explosiveness, like stability and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like kind of what it reminds me of, but like a more Americanized modern.
Yeah. This, I feel like that's backed with a little more research. This is more like it's like an art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more like it's technique, right?
Art of the run.
Art of the run, right? When technique's involved in running, or we'll say swimming too, we'll bring that into the equation. Like swimming is, you have so many different swim coaches who tell you like 10 different things. Oh, work on distance per stroke, high cadence. The Brett Sutton theory.
Yeah,
no water bottles on the pool deck.
That's his theory. I remember like listening to a seminar by him, and he was like, "You want to limit the bad strokes," and I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah." There's no cooling down or warm up. You're just straight into like 100 by 50.
That's his philosophy.
He might warm up. There's definitely.
I know he's big on the pool buoy.
He's big on the band pool buoy paddles, which is a Paulo Sousa thing. My ex coach.
Okay. I mean, I just feel like with that stuff, you gotta like use it purposefully or not relying on it. You should be able to swim as fast. Like, I mean, you should be comfortable without it. And I feel like what I noticed doing like Brett Sutton workouts, like doing like 3 weeks of just Brett Sutton workouts, is I became dependent on the buoy.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that the part we did a set a couple weeks ago with Nick, and we did just band hundreds, and I think we did 2 of them. And the second set I did with just band only hundreds at threshold, I got really good with my body position. So I think
That's rough. How many? 20 or 30?
No. We did I think we did 6
out of 20 or 30.
Yeah. And some of it was like with the buoy and the paddles.
That's tough.
But 6 on 140.
Dude, 100 with band and buoy is rough.
Good form, like swimming 115.
Did you feel it in your
like core and lats? Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I think you feel it more in your lats, but dude, it's just like after you take the band off, you just like magically float. Wow. Like way better.
It's a tough one. Do you have a band or do you do the spare tire?
I do both. Like
Yeah,
I'll lose the spare tire, and then I'll go buy a band, and then I'll lose the band and go spare tire.
Spare tube, I guess.
Spare tube.
Yeah.
Right. I've gone through like 100 of them.
So what's the injury update?
Injury's good. Ran yesterday. Run walk 3.5 miles.
Jim Vance via Bobby McGee met.
So it was like 2-minute run, 1 minute walk. 2-minute runs at like 6:40 to 7-minute pace.
That's what you were doing last week, right?
Yeah, but it was longer.
That's what okay. Because I was trying to remember before we got in here, and I was like, I thought he was doing like almost a mile on like a 5-minute.
No, I think I did like. This is on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
not with the lever.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's good. Yeah, just a little sore after it. Evan Price was like, messaged me, hey, it's totally normal to be sore in the area after you heal from a trochanter femoral stress fracture. So don't panic. So I'm good. Everything's good. I don't want to talk too much about it because every week we're going to talk about the injury.
Yeah.
That gets kind of lame, dude. Injury report.
I think it's really funny. Like, no one will care. Like, really. Like,
who cares, dude?
Care. Like, no one will care.
As Morgan Pearson would say, who cares?
Santa Cruz. So, kind of like what we were, Santa Cruz was last week. Apo went 3 for 3, which I don't really know what that means. I guess won 3 races or 3 of his last races. Right? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ben and him had a little runoff. I saw it off the bike. And then Apo took off, but some of what unfolded was like kind of what we were talking about last week, where like people going for broke on the bike, and you kind of saw that. Like,
I was texting you.
Yeah. You were texting me,
and I called it, didn't I?
Yeah. And you were like, some of these people that are just like hammering right now, like, let's see if they can run. And you saw a few of them fade for sure. So, I mean, that course though was fucking brutal.
I don't know it that well. I know the bike is a little hilly and the run's really hilly, right?
Yeah, and I think like you don't know where the wind's going to be, but I just racing at the pro field at that level on any kind of bike course that has any kind of elevation always turns into like just everyone tries to kill each other on the bike these days. So
yeah, and it's interesting. Like North American races, there's not a lot of pack dynamics, so I feel like if it was a European race, if you watch these European, like, what are these? Are we going to call these C level Ironmans? Or we call these B level?
I like to call them regional.
Regional. Okay. Okay. I like that. Okay. Let's say like a European regional 70.3 has a lot more depth in terms of like the pack dynamics. I think that still the quality of Ben and Trevor and Sam are still going to podium at those European races potentially.
I was looking
in the mix.
I was looking at the swim packs, and I want to say it was like 5.88 or something like that.
So small.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I think the Europeans are really a lot better at swimming.
It's like 20. Yeah, it's a lot better at running. Yeah. It's like 20, 20, 30.
Yeah.
There's like 3 massive packs, and then they're all like taking turns at the front. So if you have a guy, let's say like let's use Jackson that comes up from the second pack bridges. He's bringing along a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 10 dudes.
You see that a lot at like a St. George. You know what I mean? Like when it's a bigger field, like you'll see.
I wouldn't call that regional. That's a North American.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you'll see that kind of European, like what we were just talking about.
But the Euros do come here.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like no Euros really went to Santa Cruz, and the ones that did were like, were 20th, 22nd. Which is funny. It reminds me of looking at the Cozumel start list. Did you take a look at that list?
The full?
The half.
When is that?
I don't know, but it's out. I think it's like a week after Worlds, or it's because I went to the pro website to like find the World Championship start list.
Yeah. And
it said Cozumel. I was like, oh, let me just take a peek at that.
Is it stacked?
No. It's like the cherry pick of the century.
Justin's doing it, right?
Riley's doing it, which I assume he's doing it because it's better timing than Santa Cruz gives him like an extra couple weeks, of whatever. Miguel Maddox, Elliot Bach, obviously, because he always goes down there. And then it's like, 5 Mexican dudes. And
this is, what week is this? Can I go to it?
Let's look it up.
Or is this like in 2 weeks?
No, there's no way. The start list is out. You probably can't get on it.
Okay, so it's like pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, the start list is right after Nice, so I'd imagine.
Because Augusta's in 3 weeks. It's before Augusta, or 2.5 weeks. We'll edit this.
All right, so yeah, September 21st. Yeah,
I can't.
it's a soft field. When's Augusta? Augusta is
The same weekend.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was going to say second or third week.
I think Lionel's going to be there.
He should. I mean, I think he's won it twice, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, and he like loves going there for some reason.
You had a bad experience.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't need to talk about it again.
Yeah.
Hurricane came through.
Had a good experience and a bad experience, but it was an experience. I'm excited to see Lionel back. All right. So Ironman World Championships is this weekend, and I was driving to the grocery store earlier, and I was just thinking, like, I guess personally, what do you think is like more significant, winning the Ironman World Championships or the Olympics?
I feel like that's not a yes or no question, right? You know, like what is more important, this one or this one? I think it means something different to like different people, right?
Okay.
Right, like the general
I don't
public.
know.
Let's see the general public.
Well, okay, yeah. Let's take a look at like
who are we talking to? Are you talking to me?
No.
Are we talking to the sport of triathlon?
The
triathletes?
The sport of triathlon. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, like
winning. Winning Ironman is more important in the sport of triathlon than the Olympics.
Now, if you're talking about knees versus the Olympics, if you're in the sport, still just winning the Ironman World Championships.
It's a bigger deal in the sport for sure.
Now I take it for you personally, you would go with the Olympics.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know.
All right, let's say you go to.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Winning like the Olympic gold on paper, like that would be better in my opinion. Now, financially, if you won Ironman World Champs, you would actually make more.
Wow,
you would.
Well, based on the prize money alone,
no, sponsorships.
Automatically,
you would. So if you marketed yourself like unbelievably after you won Olympic gold, yeah, you'd make a lot of money. But I'll just say that like Chelsea Sodaro probably made $1 million, or Patrick Lang made $1 million in sponsorships and everything they did the following year after winning Kona. That changes your life forever.
And I guess the caveat to all of that is Blumenfeld's a little bit of an anomaly because he immediately went and won Kona, so you can't really.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Yee's fine. He's doing fine.
Well, I'm sure he's also European.
Yeah, I'm sure he made a ton of dough. And he's European, so he's like more marketable.
Yep.
But like an American winning, did Gwen win gold and then walk away with $1 million just on that one race and exposure, sponsorships, all that? I can tell you that like triathlon brands or brands in general aren't focused on the Olympics. Yeah,
they're really not. And that's a tough one too, because it's like emotional. I mean, you sacrifice like a lot of years just trying to get there.
Dude, I had bonuses for this last Olympics. I didn't go. But I had in my contract like $5,000 bonus for getting silver in the relay.
That's ridiculous.
In the Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, well,
that tells you.
I mean, not ridiculous, but that just shows you
from like a wetsuit.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, it's definitely the most underappreciated I guess world championship out of the 70.3 Ironman. Or that's a good question. 70.3 world championship or the Olympics?
Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
The 70.3 worlds is awesome these like last 2 years. It's literally just like who are these guys? And it's like just
Jan Stratman.
Everybody just burying themselves. Just it's so fast.
It's a weird dynamic too.
It's such a weird. It's become like a really odd race.
Yeah, the 12-meter draft and like the course, the Euros. It being in Europe changes a lot of it too. Yep. I think the depth is probably a bit different having it in Europe versus like having it here in St. George.
It's kind of like 70.3 worlds kind of doesn't have an identity. It really doesn't. I don't know why. Like I can't put my finger on it. It just happens every year, right? It just happens. The most brutal racing, and like it kind of just like
like there's always one crazy DQ every year.
That's literally why it's there. Ironman's like, we need this for the drama. They're like, what can we like manipulate behind the scenes? Center line.
Whose race can we ruin?
Sam Long and Lionel's. Dude, what are the odds? Like the two biggest YouTube personalities get like penalty DQs on this. Dude, if an American or a North American gets DQ'd this year, I'm calling collusion on all of this. That's actually funny. That's why we need to gamble. You should be able to gamble if somebody in the top seated in the top 10 gets DQ'd.
That's a wild gamble.
I'm taking
pay
that.
off some race
I'm
official.
taking that.
Okay.
I'm
well, you saw what happened last time. You made bets, and now you have to do a hot dog mile.
Yeah, dude. I still can't believe I got to do that.
You haven't brought it up since our last.
Yeah, I
podcast.
really don't. I'm like trying to avoid it. And even Evan's like, when are you doing this hot dog mile? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I really don't want to be doing this. I'll do it. And I'm going to end up having to pay each of them $20. But dude, so everyone, I was surprised. Did you see that reel that we posted about Mark Allen and or not Mark Allen, Blake just going through Sam Long's descending stats?
Yeah,
that was rough.
That was rough.
Like,
did you get any crazy DMs?
No.
Like people ripping on you, going, "That's not right."
No, but there were a few Sam Long fans like who commented on it and just said like, this is rage bait and stuff, but
not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he just put himself in a really tough spot for anyone to be like, oh, you're going to contend at this race.
I think Mark Allen's response, like, do you see his facial expression?
No.
When Blake goes, yeah, Pat Matthews would have put a minute into Sam on a 20-minute descent, and he was just like, oh,
dude, Mark showed up with like better stats than we did at some points.
Did he? I didn't. Okay, I watched most of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I watched the first 2 tiers, and then I fell asleep.
It's 55 minutes. It was we didn't honestly. I didn't know how it was going to go. The format, and it like started out as like a 15-minute podcast.
He crushed it, dude.
Well, yeah, dude, I want him back on. I want to talk about like his training method and like how back in the day you would basically race twice. You would reading, I think I read one of his books. I don't remember which one it was, but it was like right when I got into Tri. He like talks about how he would race either in December or spring to get a Kona slot. And then he would basically do base miles for like 4 months into the summer. And then like late summer, just crack into Kona shape. And then that's how he would, but it got me thinking like before the Pro Series and stuff. And I mean, obviously with the Pro Series, you get more earning potential, but the Pro Series kind of throws a wrinkle into the whole who's prioritizing the Pro Series versus winning World Championships. And I don't know if it's doable to do both. I mean, it seems like it is with Blumenfeld. What I mean by that is like you get these athletes at the World Championships who like break or just have crazy performances, and then they don't race a lot. Like Brad Weiss he does like two fulls a year and then does the World Championships and always like performs at the World Championships. I don't know, just having Mark Allen, I want to hear his like whole
take on it.
Yeah, and like how the new Pro Series like affects an athlete's calendar. But yeah, there's a whole great discussion I would love to get his perspective on.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have like someone younger who's like you or Blake interview Mark like consistently and let us, like, I feel like our generation I should say, I don't know who Mark Allen really is, dude, unless you read his books. We just like, I wasn't around during that era. I've heard multiple podcasts about his whole story and how he came to the sport, his triathlon testimony, but like you said, like I don't know how he trained. And I don't know like what he thinks currently about the sport. And maybe there is enough podcasts out there of him like explaining all this, but I feel like the right questions are not being asked to him.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a call the other day with my buddy who's like, he bumps elbows with some of the last garb, like 2005 people. He's a little bit older, but he was telling me how, cause he knows some of the older generation, like in the 80s and 90s, and forgot the guy's name, but this pro, he would train 6 days a week. He would test his lactate when he woke up. If it was, what he didn't want, he wouldn't train that day, but every day was 200 kilometers on the bike. It was what is it? Maybe a 20-kilometer run or a 15-mile run. I think that's what it was. And then 4,000 to 5,000 yards in the pool every day. And he would have a meal in between all those sessions. And that was just his training 6 days a week.
And who's this guy?
You had to ask. I can get his name.
He's like a pro. He was a pro at the time.
Dude, like top 5 at Kona. Yeah. Like but that was like his training philosophy 6 days a week.
I don't know if that's like backed in any science, right? Like I guess the lactate would make sense. If it was elevated, he was probably cooked.
I remember, and this is what this guy said too, like with the heart rate training, like I remember hearing Mark Allen talk about heart rate training and how he realized, might have been on a podcast, but where he was like, it's all about who can go the furthest, fastest at the lowest heart rate. And I was like, I mean, maybe back then, but now like you have freaks of nature like the Lionel, who's not going to get over 150 for like 70.3 essentially. But how he would do a test in the beginning of the season, like 10 by 1 mile, and then do that test at the end of the season. That's how you'd gauge if he's fit, because he would still run the same time, but it would depend on his heart rate. And I feel like that's just an old school way of training.
Dude, that's outdated.
But wouldn't you love to hear these stories of like what these guys ripped?
As long as it's condensed, I just feel like it could be a long rant.
Talking about the format?
No, just like, I think Mark is a good speaker, but like I want it to be short and sweet.
I know
he can talk, dude.
He's 67. He was
no
sharp
disrespect.
as a
He's a legend and he's sharp, but I just like, let's condense it, you know? Let's get you to kind of like disrupt the conversation and say, hey man, okay, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Oh,
I feel like there was like, Evan was doing that a couple, like you guys were like,
well, because
let's move on to the show.
The show has a format, and I didn't think it was going to start out as a podcast. People were like, how dare you interrupt Mark? How disrespectful. And I said,
oh, really?
Whoa. Like a bunch of older people. And I said, hey,
I'm not surprised.
Have you listened to a power ranking show before?
They're quick. They're 20 minutes. Well, that's not the point.
And I literally teed it up. Did you get to the part where I was like, hey, Mark, by the way, if you need to interject, just talk over us. Like it's a punchy show. Yeah. So, but that's what it is. And if you don't watch the show, then maybe I could see that. But me and even Evan, I watched it back and I was like, and we're not disrespectful at all. Like, anyways, it was a bulldozer of a show. It's our biggest show. I think we just passed the bad Ironman dad. That one got like 1,700 views. The guy who left his kid. And
I watched it. That's so awesome.
It's such a bizarre interview.
It's so weird. I still can't believe you did that.
I can't believe I did it either. It was such a bizarre.
Getting involved, that was awesome.
Imagine getting on a Zoom or whatever, Riverside, and just seeing the kid behind him. I was like, what did I get into? Like, no one prepared me for that.
That's legendary.
Oh, man. Shout out Harley Tong. All right. So Nice is this weekend. We're going to wrap this up soon. Yeah. 23 minutes in. How do you race literally it's a fast swim. So it's such a salty water, even though without a wetsuit, it's going to be like a 49-minute swim, 48-minute swim. And then it's just straight up a mountain. There's a couple rollers and then you're down the mountain and a flat as fuck run. Yeah. Like, how do you race something like that? Is it similar to like a St. George? Where you attack?
No, it's not. It's not the same as St. George. Well, first of all, the dynamic is like everyone's going to race differently, right? The Sam Laidlow versus the Christian versus the Patrick Lang versus your, super elite age group or someone just trying to finish it, right? There's so many different ways to race it. So Sam Laidlow is going to just try to create a gap with Jonas from the swim.
But he's literally just gonna destroy the bike.
They're gonna destroy that first climb.
So yeah, you basically it's a gradual into the mountains, and then you're just straight up and a little bunch of rollers.
Yeah, they're gonna go ballistic at the beginning of the climb.
Yeah,
they're gonna go crazy. And then the Christian, they're gonna try to catch up at some point. And it's probably not going to happen.
Patrick Lang ran a 2:32.41, came in second in 2023. We've been seeing high 220s this season.
Yeah, I think the run's going to be crazy fast.
Do you think we beat 2:32.41? Patrick Lang's 2023. I think we're going to see a 2:28.
I do too. Yeah.
And there's no doubt. And I think without a doubt, it's going to be Blumenfeld all fucking day.
You think he's going to win?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't spoken to one person. You think it's Laidlow?
I think it's Laidlow or Lang.
Okay, so here's a good point people brought up. Lang is light.
Yeah.
And the cycling from 2023 to now has gotten a lot faster. Mm-hmm. I'm such a Laidlow hater, and I don't know why. Something about him, I don't trust him. I mean, I bet you he's a great dude and everything, but like I kind of like I'm speaking from like a fan standpoint, not like a personal standpoint. Like it's like me not liking Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like he's a caricature of himself in triathlon, and I don't know, something about him. I'm not rooting for him.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He's French, dude.
Yeah.
America and France, the French. No one likes the French, dude.
No one likes the French.
No, they're not the nicest people.
The one thing that like I think is hysterical is Rudy. No one respects Rudy's like last 2 years, third and fourth. Like nobody really factors him into this. Rudy could come in second in this race, and people be like, "Yeah, Rudy came in second."
Yeah, dude. I heard a stat the other day that was like, I think it was the video that Ironman put out. It was like Rudy Von Berg is the best American Ironman athlete ever.
I believe that. I can't
like in terms of his time.
Oh, in speed, like time. Yeah, okay.
Or they said something like that.
Well,
it was some crazy statement like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rudy's only bad Ironman was Kona like 3 years ago. I think it was. I mean, I think I could be totally wrong. Someone's got to fact check in the comments, but I feel like he finished like 20th or something, like
16th.
Is that what he did?
I think it was 3 years ago. 16th.
Yeah,
4th. Third.
Oh yeah, he did post that reel. Yeah. And that's what I mean. I feel like that's probably his worst, was like that his first crack at Kona, which is hysterical. Like otherwise the guy's like been on the podium.
Yeah. So that was what it was. He was the fastest American Ironman athlete ever. And when I heard it, I was like, oh shoot. But it's like, yeah, of course. Like the technology, you can't compare that to like what happened in the
the
80s or the 90s. Like,
somebody brought this up. This dude I was talking to yesterday, he was like, dude, the times that Kona stood for so long back in that day, because he was just like the training. He honestly feels like, I don't know why I'm going back to this topic. He thinks the training was like way different and more like people respected the recovery going back to like only racing twice in a year. Do you think like there's any validity to that? Do you think racing as much as these guys are racing is like hurting their chances at the World Championship?
Not with, dude, have you seen our bikes compared to those bikes?
That's what I mean.
It's like, it's night and day. Those things are so crappy, dude.
I always love going back and seeing 0% tilt on the aero bars.
Yeah,
back in Luke McKenzie's day, even like when Luke McKenzie was racing, there was that wasn't even that long ago. That was like 2014, 13.
Yeah.
It's kind of a long
And then carbon shoes and then like swim skins have gotten fast. Like it's just crazy how long they stood. Yeah. They had tailwind both ways.
Who you going? All right, so I'm just going to go. Fuck. Yeah.
I just think I think it's a safe bet to say Laidlow wins. I think Lang is second or third. If Christian watches this, I hope he doesn't, because he's like, I want him to do well, but I just think he might have overcooked it
with training.
With weight.
Oh, you think he's the Lionel thing?
Not like maybe a little bit of red ass. He's not injured, but I think that he's almost too light.
Interesting. Yeah. Dude, I love this sport. It's too light now.
Yeah, I mean it's a thing, dude. Like, Lionel's gained like 15 pounds, dude.
Has he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of his videos.
He hasn't talked about it, but I got some inside info.
Dude, that's funny. Dude, gaining weight's in.
That's the new thing. It's the new method. Final method.
Dude, I'm on that Lionel shit. Yeah, I realized with the weight I gained,
FTP's gone up, dude.
Dude, you know how honestly it's hard to gain weight. Like
it is.
It really is, because I had to get out of the phase of like my body just becoming a calorie burning machine. So I had to like hit this threshold where now, like, dude, I'm like watching what I eat, because I feel like I just keep it on. My body like morphed into this new metabolism that I'm dealing with. But yeah, I'll get there. I'll get back there.
We gotta start training together.
I gotta start running again. That's basically
start biking, dude.
Well, yeah, I said that, but I don't feel like changing my 2 flat tires still.
Rough.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
my mom's here and I got time.
Yeah, so I think that's my prediction. I think that dude, there's a number of guys who could be on that podium. I'm gonna pick those 2 guys for my prediction. A third, I guess if I had to, Gustav or Rudy.
Blumenfeld, Lang, Rudy, and I feel like, yeah, that's.
Okay. I think if Christian got it right, he's gonna destroy everyone.
Yeah.
Like if he got the weight right with the taper and he's coming around.
Dude, there's going to be a mechanical from a top 10 person right on the promenade. Like that always happens. That always happens. Somebody's like, what was it, Annie Hogg last year, who completely dropped a chain or broke a chain or something like that. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong too. That could be a flat tire, but
that'll happen.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
30 minutes.
Cool.
Episode 5.
Thanks for viewing.